Nowadays, Leadhills is a picturesque village, home to some 300 people. The village you see today dates from the 18th century. Many of the cottages were built by the miners themselves, hard men who toiled underground in cold, wet and dark conditions. And yet this remote village of Leadhills in Lanarkshire witnessed a revolution in book use and lifelong learning. This modest building was home to the world's first library for working people. It was erected by the miners themselves and is still in good shape today. It was a place of mutual improvement and learning together. This photograph was taken in 1886 and the miners seemed to be wearing their best clothes for the occasion. Although there were women members by this time, none are here. It was inspired by the idea of mutual self-improvement, that you learn more as a member of a group than as a solitary individual. This marks the first appearance of this idea in Europe in a library context. Before the library was founded, Leadhills had a reputation for drunkenness and violence. A new mine manager, James Stirling, was appointed in 1734. He introduced a package of reforms of which the library was part. The library was founded in 1741 and it was not cheap. In today's money, it was just 15 pence to join and 10 pence a year membership fee, but then their annual wages were under £20. The library's president, who, with a committee, was elected annually, presided over the meetings from this pulpit, the only example of a library pulpit in Britain. Once the business of the meeting was over, books were exchanged after careful inspection by the library inspectors. Each book was meticulously checked for dirt or damage, and not only when they were returned. Library inspectors could enter a member's house to check on a book. The rules were strict but accepted by all members. It was run like a club or society. Office bearers were elected and subscriptions were used to buy new books. You can see from the physical condition of the books that they were heavily used. Some of the most popular books are in the worst shape. Most members were ordinary miners, but one or two became well known. The paddle steamer was invented by a member of the Leadhills Library, William Symington. Honorary membership was given to special visitors, including Thomas Chalmers, the first moderator of the Free Church of Scotland. Early books were a mix of religious and other non-fiction works. By 1821, there were 1,500 books, and by 1904 there were over 4,000. They are all listed in this printed catalogue. The most striking artefact that remains is a library banner, the oldest of its kind in Britain. It has appeared on the Antiques Roadshow. The library holds this important collection of bargain books and journals, which record the day-to-day work in the mines for the period 1738 to 1854. A bargain was a contract between the mining company and a group of miners to undertake a specific piece of work. As the names of the miners who worked in the mines are recorded, the books provide an invaluable family history resource. Leadhills Miners Library was copied at neighbouring Wanlock Head in 1756, and by the end of the century, libraries like it had appeared all over lowland Scotland. The lead mines closed in 1929. Latterly, the library was a local centre for the county library, but this ended in 1966, the end of the library's operational life. The library was first restored in the early 1970s, and further work has been done from time to time since. Today, this is a museum of reading, representing 300 years of reading by ordinary people and a centre for genealogy research. In 1823, a visitor to Leadhills wrote, "Many of them can converse upon historical, scientific and theological points so as to astonish a stranger, and even on political questions they express their opinions with great acuteness and accuracy. And all thanks to the library."